specifically the alternate versions of Wolverine. So starting off our list is the Earth 616 Wolverine, which is the old cigar smoking Logan that we all know and love. We're not going to talk about him that much. Now, also there's Daken. Now Wolverine has fathered many kids over his life, but the only one to ever really give him a run for his money is Daken. Before he was born, his mother was shot and killed by the Winter Soldier in an attempt to draw Wolverine out. While Itsu, the mother, was killed, the baby's inherited healing factor was able to keep it alive. Raised with a hatred for his father, who he believed was responsible for the death of his mother, Daken set out to get his vengeance. Armed with 3 bone claws and a healing factor just like his old dad, he has battled Wolverine multiple times and has even adopted the alias of Dark Wolverine as a part of Norman Osborn's Dark Avengers and Dark X-Men. Jim Logan, or Wolverine Noir. While Spider-Man is the most popular character from the pulpy 1930s noir universe, Wolverine was there too, and actually had 2 separate and distinct personalities. The first was a heavily scarred bootlegger and drunk known as Captain Jim, who had a previous relationship with the grifter and con artist known as Jean Grey. The second personality is a private detective who is tasked with a mysterious and dangerous case that opens up the floodgates to his dark past. While the reception of Wolverine Noir was met with mixed reviews, I definitely think that this pulpy version is worth a revisit. Zombie Wolverine. This reality's version of Wolverine is identical to his main continuity counterpart, only he was turned into a zombie while trying to defend his world from the living dead. Logan's healing factor wasn't enough to fight out the infection, but this infection is different. It doesn't destroy its victim's mental facility, meaning that while Wolverine is still a slave to the craving of human flesh, he still is just as witty and surly as he always was. Baby Wolverine. So, Mojo is an alien dictator who rules the Mojoverse and provides them with televised entertainment, mostly ultra-violent gladiator fights to the death. Seeing the potential ratings boost that the X-Men could have, he kidnapped the mutants and forced them to compete on the show. However, being the good guys, the X-Men quickly beat Mojo and escaped. This show had huge ratings though, so Mojo created various knockoffs of the team, including the X-Babies. The X-Babies consisted of Psyche, Shower, Colossus, Shadow Kitty, Creepy Crawler, Sugar, and Wolvie, who, while adorable, still has the claws which really age inappropriate. Howlett. Howlett has been described as Wolverine meets Teddy Roosevelt, but still Canadian. And I honestly think that's the best way to describe him. James Howlett was a general in the army of the British Empire and eventually became the Governor General of Canada. He would join the mighty Hercules on many occasions, and the two became known as their world's greatest heroes. Hercules gifted Howlett with the Olympian medal Adamantine, which was later bonded to his skeleton and gave his claws a golden hue. After many battles together, Howlett and Hercules declared their love for each other, which Zeus did not approve of. As punishment, the pair were banished to the Pits of Tartarus, where they spent years fighting off the souls of the damned before being recruited into a team of dimension-hopping X-Men. The animated series Wolverine. In 1992, the X-Men animated series premiered on Fox, and fans were enthralled by epic storylines that were basically lifted from the greatest stories in X-Men comics. It served to introduce Marvel's favorite team of mutants to a whole new generation, and for existing fans, was one of the first times that their favorite character was given a voice. That character was, of course, Wolverine, voiced by Cathal J. Dodd. He used a raspy, gruff voice to portray the character and has helped to influence virtually every depiction of Wolverine since. Weapon X. In the Age of Apocalypse, Professor X is assassinated, preventing him from ever being able to form the X-Men. This allows Apocalypse to quickly seize control and forces Magneto to form his own version of the X-Men in order to fight back. One of the mutants that Magneto recruits for his team is a ferocious mutant, Logan, codenamed Weapon X. Logan later develops a close relationship with Jean Grey that ends up turning romantic. Weapon X and Jean Grey set off on their own, fighting against Apocalypse forces and protecting humanity. Despite their heroic efforts though, Weapon X and Jean Grey are separated. Not only that, but Weapon X must become the new Apocalypse in order to protect humanity from alien threats, becoming everything that he had fought so hard against. Amalgam Wolverine, or Dark Claw. After the Marvel DC crossover ended, a new universe was born, the Amalgam Universe. This world took one of your favorite Marvel heroes and DC heroes and combined them into one. In this case, it's Batman and Wolverine forming Dark Claw. Logan Wayne's parents were murdered as a child, so Logan moved to Canada with his uncle and eventually joined the Royal Canadian Air Force. Logan was selected for the Weapon X project, which was basically the Canadian Super Soldier project, where his bones were bonded with adamantium and his metahuman nature was discovered. However, Logan couldn't be used as an effective weapon because he possessed a conscience, so he embraced his newfound powers and became Dark Claw. X-23. Realizing that Wolverine and Weapon X were a success, another shady organization attempted to make their own living weapon with a sample of Wolverine's blood. However, the final Y chromosome was damaged, preventing a male clone from being created. But the organization went ahead with the experiment anyways, and thus X-23 was born. She possesses all of the same abilities as her father, although she just has 2 claws coming from her hands, with the third coming out of her foot. X-23 was actually developed for the TV show X-Men Evolutions, but proved to be so popular that she was brought into Earth 616 universe, and is even now the new Wolverine after Logan was killed. Hugh Jackman. The year was 2000 and fans were waiting with eager anticipation for one of Marvel's most beloved properties to make its way to the big screen. Patrick Stewart was cast as Professor X. Ian McKellen was cast as Magneto. But then a relatively unknown 6'2" Australian actor was cast as Wolverine. Fans were outraged, as they always are, but Hugh Jackman was only met with acclaim and went on to define the role for the next 16 years. His last time picking up the claws will be in Wolverine 3, but it's fair to say that no matter who was cast next to play the lovable Canadian, he's gonna have a big pair of shoes to step into. Old Man Logan. The age of heroes is over. 50 years ago, all of Earth's villains banded together and executed a devastating attack, catching the heroes by total surprise. Now, the United States is ruled by the villains, with many of the heroes killed or having gone into hiding. The hero once known as Wolverine was able to survive the onslaught, but he has given up being a hero and has even given up violence, becoming a pacifist. He now runs a farm alongside his wife and 2 children. Experiencing financial hardships, Clint Barton makes Logan an offer that he can't refuse. Transport a mysterious package across the United States and get paid handsomely for it. However, what was supposed to be a simple job turned into so much more, forcing Logan to embrace his dark and violent nature once again. Old Man Logan is one of the core stories for Wolverine, and added many layers to the character that had never been explored before. So that's it. Those are just some of the alternate versions of Wolverine. Which one is your favorite? Sound off in the comments down below. Let me know what your